Ya Ali Madad. Today's reflection is not just a discussion. It is a reminder of a sacred covenant, Bayat, a covenant that is not merely spoken, but lived, fulfilled, and accounted for. In this episode, we reflect upon the teachings of Dai Qadi al-Numan from Code of Conduct for the followers of the Imam, preserving his words with full respect, exactly as conveyed. The foundation begins with the command of God. O Mu'mins, fulfill the terms of your contracts. Fulfill your promise, you will be inquired about it. And further, those who enter into a covenant with you make a covenant with God. The hand of God is upon their hands. He who breaks it does harm to himself, and he who fulfills the terms of the covenant which he has made to God will be amply rewarded. This establishes a profound truth. Bayat is not a symbolic act. It is a covenant with God himself. Dai Qadi al-Numan explains this reality with clarity. Our pledge to the Imams is equivalent to our pledge to the Prophet, which is a pledge to God. And further, God has linked the devotion to him to the devotion to the Prophet and the devotion to the Imams so inextricably that none of these three devotions can be separated. This means devotion to Allah, devotion to the Prophet, devotion to the Imam are not separate paths. They are one continuous reality. Now comes a deeply serious reflection. Dai Qadi al-Numan writes, if a devotee believes in God and in his Prophet, and does not believe in the Imamat of the Imams, the successors of the Prophet, even if he were to worship God throughout his lifetime, he becomes one of those about whom God says, we shall look to their deeds and treat them as nothing but particles of scattered dust. And further, thus, if one is devoted to God and his Prophet, but disobeys the Imam of his time or belies him, practically disobeys God, who will not recognize his devotion to him and his Prophet in view of his denial and disobedience of the Imam of his time. These are not ordinary words. They are a wake-up call. Yet, alongside warning, there is immense hope. He who fulfills his pledge to God, his Prophet and his wasis, i.e. the Imams, entitles himself to be included in the group about which God says, they will be amply rewarded. And the meaning of this reward is explained further. The ample reward stands for Jannat. But if the covenant is broken, Dai Qadi al-Numan states, he who breaks his pledge to God and disjoins from what God has ordered him to join is one of those losers about whom God says, they have lost this world as well as the next. They lose the pleasure of the Imams in this world and the pleasure of God in the next. So today, the question is not theoretical, it is deeply personal. Are we merely believers, or are we truly fulfilling our covenant? Because Bayat is not remembered once, it is lived every day, in obedience, in sincerity, in recognition of the Imam of the time. Let us reflect, quietly, and renew within ourselves that sacred promise, because in that promise lies our identity, our purpose, and our ultimate success. Ya Ali Madad.